Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my channel. So in today's session we are going to solve the Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 1 Core session February-March 2023 Paper 1-2. So let's quickly start with the question number 1. As you can see, the first question is write the number 25 million in figures. So 25 and 6 zeros, or you can also write the place value grid in case if you have confusion. Ones, tens, hundreds. So 25 million and the rest should be filled with zeros. So if you have any confusion, you can also use the place value grid to guide you. Question number 2, write 0.7 as a fraction. So it will be 7 by 10. So how we are getting the answer is, so 0.7. To remove the decimal place, we have to multiply the numerator with 10. And so to compensate the effect, I'm also going to divide at the same time. So 0.7 into 10 gives us 7 upon 10. So your answer is 7 by 10. Let's move on to the part B of question 2. Write 13 by 20 as a percentage. So to write anything as a percentage, we can simply, there are two methods. Either you can just simply multiply it with 100. So cancel out the zeros. Then 13 times 5. When you do 13 times 5, you're getting 65 percentage. Either you can use this, or you can also just simply convert the denominator to 100. So how can I change 20 to 100? The same. We have to multiply with 5. So it becomes 100. The same thing here. Whatever we do to the denominator, same must be done to the numerator as well. So 13 times 5 gives us 65, which is 65 percentage. So let's move to question number 3. From the list of numbers, find all the numbers which are less than -5. So before we work on this question, I just want to quickly walk you through the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, so how the number line works is that as we move to the right, the value of the numbers increases. As we move to the left, the value of the number decreases. So here I want to find numbers that are less than -5. So these numbers will be placed to the left of the number -5. So I know that the numbers which are placed to the left are -6, -7, -8, and so on. So let's see what are the numbers we have here. From the list, what are the numbers that I can select? So the numbers are -7. Then we have -8, also -6. So these are the three numbers which are less than -5. Question number B, the product of the largest number and the smallest number. So we need to select the largest number from the list. So the largest number from the list is 12. Product means the result of multiplication. So I'm going to multiply this with the smallest number. The smallest will be the negative number, and the negative number is -8. So we will do 12 times 8, and the answer will also have a negative sign along. So 12 times 8, 96. So your answer is -96. So let's continue with question number 4. Question number 4 states that an exam starts at 11:50 and it lasts for 2 1/4 hours. So work out the time that the exam finishes. So we need to find what time the exam will finish. So the exam, it starts at 11:50 and the duration of the exam is 2 1/4, which is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So let's enter this into the calculator. So 11:50 added with 2:15. So the answer comes out to be 14 and 05. Question number 5. Write 56.17345 correct to one decimal place. So since the value which is given is 17345 and we need to round it off to the one decimal place. So I will underline the first decimal place. So I have to look at the digit which is to the right. Since it is 5 or more, I have to increase this by 1 unit. So when we round it, we are going to get 56.2. Next question, work out the number of seconds in 5 hours. So to convert 5 hours to seconds, first let's convert that into minutes. So that's going to be multiply with 60. So now we have this in minutes. To convert this into seconds, we're going to multiply again with 60. So your answer is going to be, we can do this in the calculator, 5 times 60 times 60. So 18,000. 18,000. So your answer is 18,000. Let's move to question number 7. From the list of numbers, write down a cube number. So we can find out a cube number from this as 27. We know that 27 is 3 cube. So your answer is 27. Now from the list we need to find the given prime number from this. 12 is not a prime. Prime numbers are those numbers which have only 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. For example, 3, we can find 3 only in the table of 1 and 3. So these are called as prime numbers. So from this list, the only prime number is 29. So let's move on to question number 8, which is from vectors. So we have v and y given. We need to find what is v minus y. So to do that, I'm going to write down v minus 1 and 3 subtracted with y, which is 2, 5. So first we will do this, minus 1 subtracted with 2. So we know minus 1 minus 2 is going to be minus 3, and 3 minus 5 is going to be minus 2. So this is your answer. So we can fill it up, minus 3, minus 2. Let's move to 2v. So what we are going to do here is scalar multiplication, that is to the vector v, I'm going to multiply 2. So each of the element in v should be multiplied with 2. So 2 times minus 1 would be minus 2, and 2 times 3 would be 6. So this is your answer. Let's move to question number 9. A suit costs 6,500 rupees. So 6,500 rupees. Calculate the cost of the suit in dollars when the exchange rate is 1 rupee is $0.013. So 1 rupees is 0.013, and we have 6,500 rupees equal to, we don't know how much that is in dollars. I'm going to do cross multiplication. So when we do cross multiplication, so x is equal to 6,500 into 0.013. So let's find out what is the answer. 6,500 into 0.013 is 84.5. So this is the amount in dollars, 84.5. Let's move on to question number 10. This is drawing the net. The diagram shows one face of a cuboid on a 1 centimeter square grid. We have the volume given. Volume is 24 centimeter cube. We have to complete the net of the cuboid. So in order to complete the net, we need the length, breadth and the height. So the length can be counted from the figure, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So that's going to be 4, and the breadth is 1, 2, 3. So we have the breadth is 3. Now to find out the height, we have the volume given. So volume is 24. We know the formula for volume, L into B into H, which is equivalent to 24. We can substitute the values which we know. Instead of L, replace it with 4, and B is 3 and H is unknown. So 12 times H is 24. So H is 24 by 12, which is 2. So the height is 2. Once we know this, we can start drawing the net. So let's complete the net of this cuboid. So let me just erase the rest of the things. I'm going to erase this calculation. A net should have 4 times 3, 4 times 3 and the other rectangle should be 3 times 2, 3 times 2, and finally we should also have a face which has dimensions as 2 times 4 and 2 times 4. So let's start drawing the net. So if you have this right in front of you, it makes it easier for you to draw. So here we have 4 times 3 already drawn. So we can place 4 times 2 up here, and similarly down here. So this is going to be 4 and this is going to be 2. So here we have on the side 3. So this is done for us, and one of this is also done. Now we need to place 3 by 2. So I'm on the 3. I'm going to make 3 by 2. So the face is over here. So both of this is also done. Now we only have 4 by 3 left. So we can draw it over here. Already 4 is placed here. So 3 blocks down. So I'm going to continue like this. So my net is completed. So this is how the completed net of the cuboid will look like. Let's move on to question number 11. The median of 6 numbers is 61. 5 of the numbers are given. Work out the 6th number. So this is from statistics. So the median of 6 numbers is given. So the number is 61. So it can be placed here. So 24, 43, 58. We don't know what is the next number, but when we take the median, it's going to be 61. So it can be placed over here just before 71, then 85. Now here, as we can see, there are 6 numbers, so there should be 2 middlemost numbers. So the median is the average of the 2 middle numbers. So finding the average, so 58 plus x divided by 2 is 61. Cross multiply. So 58 is equal to, x is equal to 61 times 2 minus 58. That will give us the answer is 64. So the value of x is 64. Yeah, 64. So you can write the answer is 64. Well, work out the size of one interior angle of a regular 9-sided polygon. So to find out the measure of the interior angle, we can write the formula. It is the number of sides minus 2 times 180, the whole divided by the number of sides. So let's substitute the number of sides here. In the question it says it's a 9-sided figure, a 9-sided polygon. So we have, instead of n, we can replace it by 9. So 9 minus 2 by 9 times 180, which is 7 times 180 by 9. So 7 times 180 divided by 9, it will give you the answer as 140. So the answer is 140 degree. Moving on to question number 13. We have to mark in the Venn diagram the region A intersection B. So we know that A intersection B is the middle, the overlapping region. So this is the intersection B. Now question number 14, factorize completely 8g minus 2g square. So we know that g is common here, so we can take it out. Also, we know that 2, we can see that 2 is also common. So I'm going to take out the 2 as well. So remaining, we have 4 minus g. So the answer is 2g bracket 4 minus g. Moving on to question number 15. We have a circle theorem here. The diagram shows a circle which is centered at O with diameter AC. So AC is the diameter, as you can see here. This AC is the diameter, and the diameter is subtending an angle, so which we know that according to the theorem, so this is going to be 90 degree. This is going to be 90 degree. We have learned the theorem. Now A, B, C, D, E, I can see the points A, B, C, D and E here. They are lying on the circumference of the circle. Find the value of x. Okay, x is here. So if I take out the triangle which is mentioned over here, sorry, my figure doesn't look very accurate, but this is 90 degree and this is 65 and this is x. So we can use the angle sum property of the triangle, which states that the sum of all the angles in a triangle will add up to 180 degree. So 65 plus 90 plus x will give you 180. So to get this value, x can be 180 minus 65 plus 90. So let's input this in the calculator and see what we're getting. 65 plus 90. So, and I'm going to subtract this. So we get the answer is 25. So x is 25 degree, and you can state the reason as the angle subtended by the diameter of the circle is going to be 90 degree, and also by using angle sum property. So you can mention that. Now moving on to question B, find the value of y, give a reason for your answer. Okay, we can see that O is the center of the circle and D and E are points on the circle, on the circumference. So OD is a radius and OE is also another radius. So OD and OE are radii of the circle. So that makes these two sides equal, and when we have in a triangle the opposite sides equal, similarly then the opposite angles are also going to be equal. So y is going to be 46 degree, and you can write the reason for that as well. So let's move on to question number 16. Work out using a calculator. Without using a calculator, work out 4 by 7 divided by 8. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in the simplest form. So 4 by 7 divided by 8. So we can replace the division symbol with multiplying. So then the 8, the reciprocal should be written. So that becomes 1 by 8. We can simplify this. So 2 and 1 by 14. So this is the simplified form. This is your answer. Question number 17. A school records how many calculators it sells each week for 40 weeks. The results are shown in the table. Work out the mean number of calculators the school sells each week. So mean means it's the sum of all observation divided by the number of observation. So since the frequency table is given and this is x, this is f, so we need to find xf. So we're going to multiply these and put the answer here in the next column beside. So this becomes 0, 1 times 12, 12, 6 times 2, 12, 15, 0, 10 and 6. Once this is done, we're going to find out what is the total of the xf column. So sigma xf, or you can write xif if you want. So we have to add up all of this. So 24 plus 25 plus 6, that's going to be 55. So 55 divided by the total number of weeks is also given, which is 40 weeks. So we can just divide it by 40. So let's input this in the calculator and we will be getting the answer, which is 1.375. Moving on to question number 18. The mass m kilogram of a bag of sand is 12 kilogram. Correct to the nearest kilogram. Complete the statement about the value of m. So this is a bound question. So we have to find what is the lower bound, what is the upper bound. It's given that it is to the nearest kilogram. So that's 1. We have to divide it by 2 to get the bounds. So 0.5. So in order to find the lower bound and upper bound, we are going to subtract 0.5 with 12 and also add 0.5 with 12. So this gives us 11.5 and 12.5. So 12.5 is less than or equal to m, which is less than 11.5. Moving on to question number 19. Kiana invests $3,000 at a rate of 4% per year compound interest. Calculate the value of her investment at the end of 6 years. So it's a compound interest question. Let's first write down the compound interest formula. A equal to, you can write A naught or P, whichever you have learned or whichever works for you. So P times 1 plus rate upon 100, the whole raised to T. The principal amount is given as 3,000. Rate is given as 4. Time period is given as 6. Let's input this in the calculator. So 3,000 bracket 1 plus 4 by 100 the whole raised to 6, which gives us 3795.96 when we round it off to 2 decimal places. So 3795.96. $3,795.96. Moving on to question number 20. Solve 25 minus 2u by 3 equal to 2. The first step we can do is take the 3 to the opposite side. So that will be multiplying. So 3 times 2. So 25 minus 2u equal to 6. Shift the 6 to the opposite side. And that will be 25 minus 6. And at the same time I'm going to shift the 2u to the opposite side, so that will be 2u. So 25 minus 6 u will be equal to 25 minus 6 divided by 2. Let's do this in the calculator. 25 minus 6 divided by 2. 9.5. So the answer to the question is 9.5. Question number 21. Calculate 0.3 square and give the answer in standard form. So 0.3 square is 0.3 times 0.3. So we get the answer as 0.09. If you want, you can input it in the calculator and do it. 0.3 square is 0.09. So we have to write it as 9 times 10 to the power of something. So if I want to write it as 9 times something, I'm shifting the decimal place to the right. So this becomes minus 2. Or you could have also thought about like this. For example, I want to convert this into a fraction. What can I do? I'm going to multiply the numerator with 100 because I can see 2 decimal places. So I'm going to divide also with 100. So that will give me 9 divided by 100, which is equivalent to 9 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Moving on to question number 22. The probability of passing a driver test is 0.36. So probability of passing is 0.36. And the number of people who have taken the test is 600. Work out the expected number of people that will pass. To find out what is the expected number of people that will pass, multiply the probability with the number of people who had actually taken the test. So 0.36 times 600. Let's do this in the calculator. So there are 216 people who are expected to pass. Moving on to question number 23. It's a simultaneous equation. We have to solve for x and y. So to do this, either we can do substitution method or elimination method. I'm going to do elimination. So to do that, first I should make the coefficient of either x or y the same. So I'm going to multiply the second equation throughout with 3. So rewriting the equation, let this be equation 1. So equation 1 remains the same, whereas the second equation, once I multiply with 3, it's going to be 3x plus 3y equal to 9. Now I'm going to subtract it. So this will get cancelled. Minus 5y equal to 10, and y is equal to 10 by minus 5, which is minus 2. So y is minus 2. And now we can find what is x. We know that x plus y is 3 as given in the equation. So x is equal to 3 minus y, which is 3 minus minus 2, which gives us 5. 2 negatives will make a positive. So 3 plus 2, which is 5. So x is 5, y is negative 2. Moving on to question number 24. We have a right angle triangle which is shown here. Show that y is 31.9, which is correct to 1 decimal place. So in order to do this, we can make use of the trigonometric ratios. So with reference to y, this is the adjacent side and this is the opposite side. So let me write this out to help me find out the trigonometric ratio which I can use for this. The one which relates opposite and adjacent is tan. So tan y is equal to opposite by adjacent, and the opposite value is 46 divided by 74. So to find y, take the tan to the opposite side, it's going to be inverse 46 by 74. So input this in the calculator. Shift tan 46 by 74. So that's gonna give us 31.86. Remember, we have to round it to the first decimal place. So that means I underline this and look to the next one. So which will be 31.9 if I round it off. Let's move to question number 25. We have a diagram which shows two right angle triangles, ABC and ACD. Work out the values of x. So this is what we have to find. So to find this, let's start from the first triangle which is given over here, which is this one. Let us find the side AC by using the Pythagoras theorem. So we have AC square, which is the hypotenuse, equal to AB square, which is the height, and the base is BC, so plus BC square. So to find that, 39 square plus 52 square. So AC would be square root of 39 square plus 52 square. Let's input this in the calculator. Square root of 39 square plus 52 square, which is 65. So AC is 65. So we can mark this as 65. Now, to find this, we can use the trigonometric ratio with no, we don't have to find any angle. We can use Pythagoras theorem again. So this is the right angle triangle here. Second, let me close this. Okay, so here we have the right angle over here. So this is a hypotenuse. So 65 square equal to 25 square plus x square. So 65 square minus 25 square, the whole root will give us x. So let's enter this in the calculator. Square root of 65 square minus 25 square, and the answer is 60 centimeter. So x is 60 centimeter. Let's move on to the last question, 26. A circle has an area of 25 pi centimeter square. Work out the circumference of the circle. Give your answer in terms of pi. So the area of the circle is given. We need to find the circumference. So area of the circle, pi r square. This is the formula for the area of the circle. So pi r square, and this is equal to 25 pi according to the question. We can cancel out the pi. So r square is equal to 25, or we can get r is equal to 5 centimeter. That is, we can take the square root. R square is 25, so r will be square root of 25, so r is 5 centimeter. Now we can find the circumference of the circle by using the formula c is equal to 2 pi r, which is 2 into pi into the radius, which is 5. So your answer is going to be 10 pi. We can leave it as it is because they want the answer to be in terms of pi. Question B. Two of the circles are used as the ends of the cylinder. So let's draw the cylinder here. With a height 8 centimeter. The total surface area of the cylinder is 170 pi. Work out the value of h. So the total surface area of the cylinder means you will have the area of the circle, the two circles which you've used, and this. So So the total surface area of the cylinder is given by the formula. Let's write the TSA, which is 2 pi RH plus the area of the two circles, which is 2 pi r square. So I'm going to take out the 2 pi r common. R was 5 centimeter. So 5 h plus 5, and the total surface area is 170 pi equal to 10 pi into h plus 5. Cancel out the pi, 0 can be cancelled, so 17 equals h plus 5. So 17 minus 5 is the h. So the height is 12 centimeter. So that is the end of our question paper. We have finished all 26 questions from this set. So let me know if you have any doubts by commenting down below. I'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching.